Okay, this will be an interesting one. I can just hear beautiful magpies calling. I love the sound of magpies, especially in the morning when they make that call. It's very melodious, folks. I love nature. Even though I love technology, I do love nature. I'm actually wondering if 200 is the right size for this. So this will be an interesting one, if we can make it look good. It's going to be a challenging one, trying to find the right position on the glass for it. I didn't cut it out like I sometimes cut things out. I'm just going to place it on the glass as best as I can. So let's see what we've got. Right, we might have to make it maybe a smaller enlargement. But anyway, it is a Bingley pamphlet or booklet. It actually looks like it's been photocopied, printed on a normal photocopier, not like a normal pamphlet. We're going to photocopy this picture, Dyson. So we're just going to make this into something interesting with the graphics that it's got. We're just going to play with the buttons here. So we're going to try and cut out the word Dyson, and we're going to try and just show the picture, the lovely diagram. I don't think this dock feeder can go much higher, so I can just see it there. It's not easy, folks, trying to get one of these and trying to find the right placement for it. So we're just trying, sorry about the poor camera work I'm doing. So we're just going to press the buttons again to make sure we don't lose our setting. So we're just going to slide that across a little bit, and we're just going to, this is not easy to do, folks. I'm trying to straighten this out. So we just put it on the glass like so, and just put the dock feeder ever so gently on it. And let's see how we go with this Dyson diagram. See if we've found the sweet spot of it to make it look really nice. I've got a feeling I might have to adjust the enlargement a bit, or maybe even the positioning of the original, which is a little bit tricky. But I just want to make something more creative out of something that's normally not considered creative. So that looks really quite nice. I'm actually thinking we've pushed it up too high and we've still got the writing. We've got to get rid of the text. We've cut the man's head off, so I'm going to have to change the positioning of this. We don't want to chop the man's head off. We want him to have a fucking head, to be able to think for himself. Haha. So we're just going to slide that down, and the enlargement's going to go up bigger, I do think, for the vertical. We're just going to try and make a test copy first to make sure we get rid of, we've made this, we know how much enlargement to give it. We don't want to give it too much enlargement so that some of the text will be lost because I've pushed it down, but at least we have the man's head, and we've lost most of that superfluous stuff. So I'm wondering where we're going with this, if we're going to once again push it down a little bit so we can get rid of the unwanted text at the bottom of this job. So we want to get rid of the unwanted text. Let's try that again. Hopefully I didn't push it too far down. It's not easy, folks. But if we can get rid of that ugly text at the bottom, that'd be good. And if we could still keep away from the text at the top. But anyway, that looks a lot better. We don't have that text. We still need, yeah, I think that's a tough one. If we need to go up, or maybe, we'll see how we go with this. We might need to enlarge a bit on the vertical. So I'm wondering if we're gonna try again and push it down further, hoping we don't hit the text at the top. I don't like doing this. For some reason it just seems like it's going to fuck up, that we're going to push it too far down, but my intuition's telling me to push it down, even though it doesn't seem like it's going to work. I don't want the text on top to appear, and the text has appeared. So we now have the text. We don't want that, but at least we know how far we can push it. So we're going to push it back down again. Because I knew the text would appear. I had a gut feeling that maybe my intuition wasn't going to cut it this time. So now we're just going to push it back up again and see what happens. And see if we've gotten rid of that dreaded text. Or that, yeah, we don't want it. We're not getting this, we're not having text in this picture. This picture's going to be without text. I had a gut feeling that this wasn't going to work, and now we've got it. I think we've found pretty well close enough to the sweet spot. We're going to now, I think, enlarge it a little bit so we can make a nice mirror image out of it. So I'm wondering if we're going to go and we're going to take the vertical. The vertical is going to have a little bit added to it, so we're going to make it 210 for the vertical. We're going to have a little bit of distortion. So, wondering if more work could be done on the colours. Maybe the contrast is too high. We just want a little bit of extra contrast. I'm thinking that should be it. This is a challenging one, folks, but it looks good. It's a nice graphic from Dyson. I don't have a Dyson vacuum cleaner. Too expensive, but they're supposed to be really good. Supposed to be. I'm using that phrase. Now that looks a bit better. There's a little bit of less, this is contrasty and this is less contrasty. So I think we got the right size. We've got this to the edge, and I'm thinking that's going to be the centre of our mirror image. So this has turned out looking really quite nice, using this Dyson advertisement. So that's our second part of our Dyson picture. It's going to be hard lining these up because there's no references, and there's only references there that I can use to line up the edges. But this isn't going to curl that much because of the so there's hardly any toner on there. It's just a very faint sort of a low density sort of image. So now we're just gonna, we're gonna go here. Oh, fuck off. I hate this user interface, folks. To me, it's really clumsy, and I find I keep making mistakes, or should I say errors, pressing the wrong buttons. It's just so easy to do. So let's see how we go with this. So out they come, the mirrored versions of this Dyson commercial. I'm going to make this look really nice. So we're just going to line these up on the sides, because that's the only place where I can find a reference, which is what I mean by, is what I'm doing, is trying to find the print, and I'm simply lining it up nice and neat. But at least these are not like curled, so they're not going to be a problem as much as a curly piece of paper would typically be when dealing with this. So yeah, we just lined it up. Sorry I didn't show doing it on camera. But anyway, it's a subtle colour wise. It's a little bit up. I think it's the bedding I'll just try and straighten it up. Anyway, that looks a bit better. I think now we can call this Dyson demo quits.